Are we, as the children of God, supposed to involve ourselves in what goes on in this world, politically speaking, and fret about the state of the world on a daily basis? It is written, "No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier." It is written, "Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord." As it is written, "This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basest of men." As it is written, "Now the Egyptians are men and not God, and their horses flesh and not spirit. When the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is holpen shall fall down, and they all shall fail together." Lot's wife turned back when leaving Sodom before its destruction, likely pining for, missing that great city and its prosperity, in spite of the great sin and godlessness there. As it is written, "And it came to pass, when they had brought them forth abroad, that he said, Escape for thy life, look not behind thee, neither stay thou in all the plain, escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed." But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. There were those who murmured and complained in the wilderness, wanting to return to Egypt, thinking themselves to have been better off there in the prosperity and security of Egypt. As it is written, "And all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night. And all the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron, and the whole congregation said unto them, Would God that we had died in the land of Egypt, or would God we had died in this wilderness? And wherefore hath the Lord brought us unto this land, to fall by the sword, that our wives and our children should be a prey? Were it not better for us to return into Egypt? And they said one to another, Let us make a captain, and let us return into Egypt. Therefore this is what God spoke to the people. As it is written, And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, How long shall I bear with this evil congregation, which murmur against me? I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel, which they murmur against me. Say unto them, As truly as I live, saith the Lord, as ye have spoken in mine ears, so will I do to you. Your carcasses shall fall in this wilderness, and all that were numbered of you, according to your whole number, from 20 years old and upward, which have murmured against me. The following reveals God's instructions to his people in regards as to how to choose a leader for themselves to rule the land. As it is written, When thou art come unto the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, and shalt possess it, and shalt dwell therein, and shalt say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me, thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. But he shall not multiply horses to himself, nor cause the people to return to Egypt, to the end that he should multiply horses. For as much as the Lord hath said unto you, ye shall henceforth return no more that way. Neither shall he multiply wives to himself, that his heart turn not away. Neither shall he greatly multiply to himself silver and gold. And it shall be, when he sitteth upon the throne of his kingdom, that he shall write him a copy of this law in a book, out of that which is before the priests, the Levites. And it shall be with him, and he shall read therein all the days of his life, that he may learn to fear the Lord his God, to keep all the words of this law and these statutes, to do them, that his heart be not lifted up above his brethren, and that he turn not aside from the commandment to the right hand or to the left, to the end that he may prolong his days in his kingdom, he and his children in the midst of Israel. So the Israelites were not to put someone who was not a brother in the position of power, one who did not honor nor follow God and his laws, nor a person who was greedy for mammon, nor someone who believes themselves to be above their brethren. America has a government that has robbed and exploited the people to enrich themselves. The government officials live like kings, while the people work hard to make a living for themselves. The government has squandered countless billions of the people's dollars. The government has cast God out of society. President Obama stated publicly that America is not a Christian nation, while he praised Islam as a great religion and filled his offices with the enemies of God. The government has passed evil, wicked laws and justified sin against God. They have called good evil and evil good, and God has said, enough. Satan and his demons are rejoicing over the choice Christians have been brought to make in this last election. Make no mistake, this is no coincidence. This is by God's design. Now the demons are working to cause chaos in the nation and all over the earth. They are watching and waiting to see how fearful Christians will become and how far they will go to hang on to this world and all its goods. Just how much are they willing to compromise everything they are supposed to stand for? Satan and his demons knew that no matter who won the election, the Christians who went down to Egypt for their help and who placed all their trust in Egypt are going to perish. Remember, he who seeks to save his life shall lose it, but he who is willing to lay down his life for the sake of the truth shall receive life eternal. Christians are going to have many decisions to make in the not-too-distant future. The decisions you make now and what motivates you will determine if you will willingly come under the reign of the Antichrist himself. Ask yourself, does this following scripture still stand true? As it is written, and he changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise, and knowledge to them that know understanding. When things get really hard and the choices work or not work, eat or not eat, suffer or not suffer, what will you choose? The choice, saints, is yours. Choose prayerfully and trust in God, not man. Be led of God, saints, not of fear, but by God. In the end, it is not what I tell you or what anyone tells you. It is what does God say, what is written, because his word shall stand forever.